everyone, welcome to another video. It's your girl Scarlet, your favorite dragon brood mother. And I'm here to play the limited 4-star card, Sunlit Raindrops. Okay, so let's take a look at the synopsis first. One-liners again. Beyond this curtain of rain lies the clear sky I want to show you. Oh wow, poetic. I always feel like whenever it comes to Rafayel's cards, we'd always like touch on some poetic writing, which I really like. So yeah, let's get into it. Oh, he's snapping. The bumpy ride wakes Rafayel up from his nap, and the book that was covering his face slides down. It lands in his hands.
着いた?
The endless highway stretching into the distance has already given him an answer. I don't think so. Rafayel lazily stretches, rolls down the car window, and yawns at the refreshing breeze.
ちょっと寝ただけなのに頭がぼんやりするな。
2 hours is a short nap to you? Damn! No wonder you're groggy.
2時間だって? そんなに走ったのにまだついていないの?
Where exactly are they going? I also want to know why we're not there yet. The navigation system isn't showing our destination anymore either. That's worrying. That's worrying. Our real-time location shows us traveling through a blank area. We haven't seen a lot of cars on the road. It doesn't make any sense. Isn't this supposed to be a famous tourist destination? Okay, that would be very worrying. I remember going around Jeju by myself, and then I always thought, you know what? It's not so scary because at least I have, a map. And it could easily tell me where I need to go, what's around the area, which bus I can take. It's actually not scary going around by yourself. But I realized if my navigation app died, then that's a whole different story. A few nights ago, I sprawled on the sofa and engrossed in a travel memoir I found at a second-hand bookstore.
どんな面白い小説を読んでいるのかと思ったら、またその旅行記か。
Wait, why does this look like a birthday? So actually, this was kind of what they had for... Was it his birthday or was it for Valentine's? I can't remember. Oh.
もう何度も読み返したのにまだ飽きないのかい?
No. Rafayel probably can't restrain his curiosity, so he pulls the book from my hands. It's my lifeline. Once this busy period is over along with the next one, I might get the chance to travel. Maybe he's genuinely curious about what makes this book so captivating. He settles onto the sofa with it and begins carefully flipping through the pages. I'll mark a few more places I want to visit, so when the time comes, I can just pack up and go. Rafayel spreads the travel memoir out in front of me.
君はどこをマークしたの? 僕にも見せてよ。
Okay, I can already see where this is going. I flip the travel memoir to a page in the middle, pull the pencil from his pocket, and draw a 5-pointed star next to one of the chapter titles.
𝘾𝙝𝙖? なかなかいい名前だね。
It's in the mountains by a lake. There are some hot springs and oxygen therapy. It's a perfect vacation spot. Oxygen therapy? Okay, so breathing? Breathing therapy, right? I mean, we all need to remember how to breathe. Millions of people go there every year, specifically to watch the sunrise from the mountain. Hence the name. The locals also make some soup with mushrooms from the mountains and fresh fish from the lake. I can already imagine how delicious the combination must be.
確かにいいね。
Rafayel looks somewhat thoughtful, his fingertips tapping the photo in the book. He appears to be interested in the picture that was taken during the sunrise.
じゃあ、いつ行く?
Okay, so in Japanese, he just says, so when to go, itsu ni iku. There is no pronoun like when are you going or when are we going. So in Japanese, it could just sound like his questioning her intent on when to go. But in English, it's already saying, when should we go? So I can imagine MC actually did not think about going with him. Which is kind of weird. Like, if you plan a vacation, wouldn't you plan it with your significant other? Probably not anytime soon. I need to get through work for this period. And the next one...
リンクから割と近いみたいだし、週末の2日で行けるんじゃない？君もそこまでは忙しくないでしょ。決めた。今すぐ登山用品を買って、全部届いたら出発しよう。
Yeah. So now would be the time that he has revealed that he has decided to go with MC. Are you serious?
旅は思い立ったらすぐに行くものさ。あれこれ計画してもその時間がもったいないしね。
See, I would agree with this, except I'm not rich. This is something only rich people can say, don't you think? Oh gosh. But I guess that's why. This is the fantasy dating Rafayel. Oh, that's cute. So basically Rafayel sprung up on her saying like, oh yeah, that's your vacation idea? Okay, let's go. You know, like he just inserted himself in there. And MC was like, what? Are you serious? So I thought that was cute. And so at the crack of dawn, Rafayel dragged me along and immediately set off. According to our planned route, we should have reached Solaris's scenic area hours ago. But...
位置情報を取得できません。新しい目的地を設定してください。
Why is it asking to input new location?
もしかして道を間違えたのかな?
The worst part, wait, it actually says that they couldn't find the data, right? Oh, of course, right. Okay. Sure. Leave Lincoln City, get on the intercity highway, exit at G50. Even if the navigation system is acting up, that's exactly what it says in the travel memoir. We're on the right path. Rafayel leans against the car window and scans our surroundings. There's nothing but overgrown wasteland as far as the eye can see.
道を間違えたんじゃないなら
Maybe it's not as popular
僕たちは今未だ人類に開拓されていない新大陸に足を踏み入れたってことだね。
Pretty sure that's not it. There's no way that could happen, okay? However, our mobile phone signals weaken with each bar, and massive storm clouds hang over the end of the road. I have a bad feeling about this.
前を見て、車がいるよ。
Oh, okay. Other tourists? I slow down to get a better look. It's not just one...
What?
What? It's not just one car. Several cars have crashed into each other in a multi-car collision. What? A car accident? This is serious, but it must have happened several years ago.
どれも塗装が剥げているけど、いつからここにあるんだろ
う? Huh. Interesting. How can they just leave these cars sitting in the middle of the road like this? It's strange.
もっと変なこともあるよ。見える？ベビーカ
ー。Okay. Raphael's referring to the baby stroller lying inexplicably across the road. Its wheels covered in moss and its sunshade possessing a gaping hole. Okay, bye! No. Nope. Times 10. Time to go. It's time to leave. No. What? Did they suddenly change the genre? Is this a horror story? Did someone abandon it here when they were halfway through their journey? Who would abandon a baby car? What kind of emergency would make someone abandon a baby stroller on the highway?
ここは未開の地じゃなくて、忘れられた場所なのかもしれない。
Did they step into Proto Field? And then it's like, time went ahead? I don't know what's going on. This is interesting. Wow, this story is very interesting. I did not expect this to be... The scenery along the way becomes increasingly bizarre as we see road signs with peeling paint and high-rise building walls covered in creeping vines. When I see Solaris at the end of the road, I can hardly believe my eyes. We're here?
多分ね。まあ、予想とはだいぶ違うけど。
I note the dust, fallen leaves, vacant storefronts, and abandoned vehicles.
どうやら僕たちは無人の街に来てしまったみたいだ。
Oh wait, maybe is this like endless rows of empty buildings loom under oppressive shadows filled with an eerie, unsettling silence. Let's take a look. But then why would it be on the magazine then? That's weird. Oh, it's really like... It's like doomsday. Oh, here we go. Rafayel and I get out of the car and walk along the road.
どういうこと？壁に貼ってある観光ポスターとか注意書きを見る限り、確かにこの場所で合っているよね。
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that restaurant in the travel memoir.
でもここは、まるで一夜にして時が止まったみたいだ。
It's probably a proto field. Maybe they didn't realize they went into one? The restaurants, hotels, and souvenir shops lining both sides of the road still display their signs, yet the buildings are empty and abandoned. They're shrouded in deathly silence. Suddenly, we came across a motorcycle that's been sliced in half. It's a clean... Oh, okay. Okay, I think this is one of those cities that got attacked by wanderers. I think I know what caused this. Around us is a scene of familiar devastation. Signs had fallen from above, and telephone poles were severed by sharp blades. Rafayel follows my gaze and quickly understands.
ワンダラーか。それなら合点がいくよ。
What does that mean though? So the wanderers attacked this place and then people left? When wanderers first appeared, many cities... Okay. When wanderers first appeared, many cities were damaged and people were forced to evacuate. They left behind one empty city after another. Interesting. This place was probably unlucky enough to become one of them.
ワンダラーが現れれば、美しい風景も温泉や美味しいものも全部が一瞬で失われてしまう。当時の町の人々は恐怖と焦りから慌てて逃げ出したんだろう。だから。
I feel like this is really amazing world building. I don't know why. It never occurred to me. Like during the catastrophe, right? That catastrophe. That was like 14 years ago, right? So I don't know why it never occurred to me that there are probably cities that never recovered from the catastrophe. Now I'm starting to wonder if Lincoln is actually, or at least the cities that we've heard of so far, are actually one of the few. Then you start thinking about the state of the world. If there are forgotten cities like this, wow. That means this Earth is already like kind of tiptoeing towards extinction, if you think about it. I mean, I know we do have some ghost cities now, but like this, it's interesting. He looks around and shrugs helplessly.
何も残っていないんだ。
何も残っていないんだ。Oh, nothing was left behind. I don't know why they say whatever. Only the nameless red flowers swaying at street corners bloom with fragile vitality. There's no point in staying here now. Why don't we head back? Rafayel doesn't respond. He quickly turns and walks into a roadside gift shop. I do feel bad for MC. This is supposed to be a vacation. Although no one has maintained it, everything in the store is still well preserved. Rafayel picks up a hiking pole from the shelf.
素材は何だろう？すごく軽い。しかも折りたたみ式だし。ネットで買ったやつの10分の1の値段じゃないか。ここで買えばよかったな。
Oh. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, okay. He actually said a lot of extra things here. He didn't say all of that. He just says, if I knew, I would have just bought it here. That's it. So many extra words here. You're right, the products here are cheap. Raphael, look at this bag. Isn't it cute? He takes the backpack from my hands and carefully reshapes the monkey's flattened head. It returns to its fluffy form.
これで可愛くなった。
This monkey seems to be their local mascot. There are lots of monkey keychains in front of the cash register too.
山に猿がいるのかも。登るときに探してみよう。
Oh, we're still going hiking? Huh?
へって何？この猿みたいな間抜けな顔になっているよ。
He says we look as confused as this little monkey. He picks up a monkey hat and puts it on my head. His expression says that he knew just how well the hat would fit me. Are we still going up the mountain to watch the sunrise? We already know what happened to this place. Shouldn't we just go home?
え？もちろん帰らないよ。街が無人になっても自然の景色はまだ残っている。
Aww, look at him. Mr. Glass half full kind of guy.
せっかく来たんだから山も日の出も見ないで帰るなんてもったいないでしょ。
Well, but
今引き返したら移動だけで丸一日使うことになってしまう。寝て起きたらまた仕事だ。本当にそんな休日でいいのかい？
No, absolutely not. Okay, guys. You may not know this because of the magic of editing, but this is my second time recording as of now. I don't know what happened. I think I paused halfway and it turns out I lost almost half of my recording. Yeah, I just Scarlet things apparently. It's very on brand. So I'm very sad to say, but starting from now, it's not exactly my first read-through. I've pretty much finished the story already, which really sucks. But I can say this card is really good. Like, wow. Anyway, I'll do my best to recall the stuff I've said, I guess, when I read this card. But yeah, I'm really sorry, but it's no longer a first reaction. So if that's not your thing, feel free to just, click out of the video and then you can, just catch me some other time. Anyway, time to continue. The "we're already here" spell is still as effective as ever. I only hesitate for a few seconds before he convinces me. When we leave the shop and return to the street, the gloomy sky has darkened considerably.
まずは寝る場所を確保しないと。
Raphael actually realizes a problem before I do. This has never happened before. There are vacant hotels everywhere. We can just pick one and make do for the night.
いや、宿泊は旅の大事な要素だ。適当には決められない。
I kind of agree with this. I mean, if you're gonna stay somewhere for like a long period, like maybe let's say a week, that's a lot of time spending sleeping, especially. You'd wanna stay in a comfortable place. Although I do know there are people who wouldn't spend too much on accommodation. I guess I'm just too much of a city girl. After walking another 700 or 800 meters, he stops on one side of the road and pushes open a courtyard's gate.
ここに民宿がある。
Wait, a guest house with no one running it is just someone's house. That's not right. Raphael is already in the residence and stands in the entryway. He looks up at the sky.
ずぶ濡れになるよりはマシでしょ。
As soon as he finishes speaking, lightning suddenly streaks across the sky. It's immediately followed by a clap of thunder. Talk about great timing. I quickly dart into the house. I do wonder though, wouldn't at least the beds or the walls be kind of moldy? Sure enough, torrential rain falls outside, and the entire world instantly turns dark and gloomy.
清潔は清潔だけど、何か使えそうなものはあるかな？
Raphael uses his phone as a flashlight as he methodically searches the cabinets.
よかった。アロマキャンドルがあった。少なくともこれで明かりは灯せる。
Oh, wow. Didn't realize that actually. He lights the candles bright over a notebook from the counter. Under the warm candlelight, he opens it.
これ見て。ここのオーナーの手帳だ。ツアーガイドをしていたみたいだね。いつどんなお客さんが来て、どんな要望があったかが書いてある。
That's so sweet.
5月16日、新婚夫婦。尾行。夕暮れ時の湖畔でツーショット撮影をご希望。レフ板と三脚を持っていくこと。5月20日、4人家族。尾行。おじいさんは70歳。トレッキングポールと保温ボトル、朝食を用意する必要あり。
This person was such a sweet guest house owner.
こんなに親切なオーナーなら、僕たちが一晩泊まらせてもらっても気にしないはずだよ。
He has such a way of making you feel at ease and less guilty, doesn't he? The next few pages have photos pasted in them.
適当に撮った写真に見えるけど、どれも綺麗だね。フォトコンテストで表彰されるレベルだ。
What technical skills do you need to photograph beautiful scenery? A casual shot of anything would look good. Turning further back, there are photos of her with the guests. Each one shows smiling faces. Aww. And isn't that what makes the photos all pretty, all nice, because of all these smiling faces? How many of you actually prefer like candid shots over, you know, posing for pictures? I am, especially amongst my friends, I am notorious for refusing to take pictures. Now, I get it. I know for some people, they really appreciate it if people take photos for them. That would be me. I will be your photographer. I just refuse to be in pictures. But when it comes to like candid moments, you know, no one is posing for it. You just capture it. I like those pictures more. Sometimes my friends get annoyed because I refuse to take pictures and they just want me to be in it. Anyway, do you guys relate? Let me know in the comments down below. These tourists look like they're having a great time. The last page lists a date from 10 years ago. Oh, yeah.
確か、あの旅行記が出版されたのも10年前じゃなかった？同じ年みたいだね。
It's a little after the catastrophe, right? Well, I mean, it makes sense. It would take a few years for everyone to settle. I imagine, like, right now, with all the sudden, you know, attacks, it's actually not as settled as I initially thought. Very interesting. The world building in this card is great. A place that could inspire travelers to write about it and make locals feel proud of their hometown scenery. This place must have been full of life. Oh. I wonder if that homeowner is still around. I hope they're okay. I walk to the window and gaze at the empty city with dark clouds above it. I genuinely feel sorry for what it's become. The infrastructure here is still mostly intact. The buildings haven't been completely destroyed. Why hasn't anyone come back? What a shame. The streets, washed by the rain, answer me with the creaking of broken light boxes. I see those red flowers blooming in the corner of the wall once again. The petals and stamens seem to have crystals on them. They mysteriously refract light in the darkness. That's not right. Something's off. Oof. I remember thinking like, the story suddenly switched into a horror genre because of this. Another flash of lightning streaks across my vision, but the world is suddenly plunged into darkness. Rafayel? Rafayel, are you there? No one answers me. I turn and step into the darkness. Ah! My foot doesn't land on stable ground. I fall forward instead. Rafayel? Ah! I don't know what's happening. The weightlessness makes it feel like my heart has been thrown into the air. Is anyone there? Hello? Light, sound, and even my breathing are swallowed by darkness. It's as if the world has cast me into a rift in space and time. I don't know how much time has passed, perhaps 100 centuries, before a glimmer of light finally appears at the end of the abyss. I feel like that scene was describing when she was traveling in between realities. You know how in that, was it in Death and Rebirth, we see her like going into a world, the world dying, and then she suddenly going through space and time again into a different world. Well, it's the same world, but it's like rewound and it's like a different reality. And she just keeps being thrown into it, reborn and dying, reborn and dying. I feel like what we saw just now was probably a description of what it was like when she leaves one plane into the other. Rafayel?
ここにいるよ.
Oh, right. Rafayel sits on the sofa and looks at me as my head rests on his lap. The scented candle's fragrance drifts around us.
何を見ていたの? ずっとホムラホムラって叫んでいたけど。知らなかったよ。君は怖い目に遭った時、大声で僕の名前を呼び続けるんだね。
His voice is so soft here, like it's very soothing. Rafayel strokes my hair to soothe the fear I haven't recovered from yet. If you really want to comfort me, it'd be better if you didn't say that last part. He leans down and uses his ring finger to wipe away a tear I didn't notice.
大丈夫。今のは幻覚だ。現実じゃない。怖がらないで。僕はここにいるから。
My heart. When I first read this part, I felt like I was on the verge of tears. I don't know why. Hallucination? Rafayel picks up the homeowner's handbook again while directing his gaze toward the window.
そこにある赤い花こそが、この町が復興されない原因だ。
Tucked in the last page of the handbook is a short diary entry where the homeowner attempted to describe what happened using calm, objective language.
花びらと花芯に付着している結晶は、ワンダラーから放出された毒素であり。
It's interesting how she describes it as toxins. You have to wonder though, because like, I'm remembering how the homeowner is probably someone who doesn't know much about wanderers, especially like, they know more now. But this homeowner tried their best to describe what was going on. And that's amazing in itself. They consider it toxins, but right now we know it as metaflux, which is really cool.
花粉およびその香りは、人間の神経に甚大なダメージを与え、苦痛を伴う幻覚に陥れる。
It's just like what happened to me. Even though I know it was a hallucination, it's hard not to feel genuine terror. I actually experienced it. No wonder. So long as these flowers remain, no one will ever come back. Realizing this, my sorrow for the city deepens. Hunters can reclaim the land from wanderers, but restoring it to how it was before is impossible. Deep in thought, Rafayel looks out the window.
明日雨が止んだら、山に日の出を見に行くかい？かつての日の出とはもう違うだろうし、山から街を見下ろしたらどう感じるかはわからないけど。
You pick. Since things have turned out like this, I don't have any plans for the trip.
じゃあ、とりあえず寝て、起きた時の空模様を見て決めようか。
That's what I really like about Rafayel, you know? I bet MC must be having like a hard time trying to like wrap her head around what just happened. I feel like making decisions immediately, like in a situation like that, would be hard for me personally. Like I already have a hard time making decisions as is, so. This part was really cool though. That night, I don't sleep soundly. I'm in a daze until I'm jolted awake by a clap of thunder. The air carries the pungent smell of smoke mixed with a floral fragrance. It's so strong that it's almost suffocating. Is something burning? No one is next to me. As soon as I turn my head, I can see towering flames from the window. That was cool. Also terrifying. I immediately push the door open and rush outside. The scene before me is so shocking that it almost leaves me breathless. Gosh, I wish they animated this. This would have been cool. Beneath the torrential downpour, unextinguished flames rage. The scorching fire devours the night more fiercely than the storm itself. The crystals attached to the flowers shatter within the flames. At the suburban lakeside, Rafayel stands in the center of the scorched earth. The wildfire's glow illuminates his profile that's been drenched by the heavy rain. Rafayel. The way he, kind of snapped out of it when he turned around to see her. How long have you been standing here? Every inch of his skin is as cold as ice, and even the warm light in his eyes seem to have been soaked by the rainfall. It appears dimmer.
ちょうど君を起こそうかどうか考えていたよ。こんなに壮観な景色は毎日見られるものじゃないから。
Why?
なかなか眠れなくてさ。起きてこの花を見たら気分が悪くなった。花自体は綺麗だけど、残念ながらこれがもたらす幻覚は美しいものじゃない。だからいろいろ考えた末、全部燃やすことにしたんだ。今後の災難を断つためにね。
Even with a smile, his eyes were unfocused for a moment. Have you been standing in the field of flowers this whole time? Rafayel looks around and realizes what I was worried about.
僕がどんな幻覚を見せられたのか気になるの？
It wasn't real. I'll count to 3, and you'll forget about it immediately. 1, 2, 3. Rafayel cooperatively puts a bewildered expression, as if to say, "What just happened?"
安心して。もう綺麗さっぱり忘れたから。たとえ実際の出来事が混じっていたとしても、結局は全部まやかした。
He doesn't continue, and I find myself thinking, maybe he's too good at dealing with this kind of pain. Damn, I remember this line really hit hard. Yet after a brief silence, he gently flicks my forehead.
少なくとも僕は信じている。君が僕たちの間に悲劇を起こすわけがないって。
I'm starting to remember his myth again.
だからこんな幻覚なんて真に受けなくていい。
He quirks an eyebrow and flames more brilliant than crimson engulf the swaying flowers.
僕が日の出を見ようって誘ったから、こういう形で君に日の出を見せたかったんだ。
It might be the most extraordinary sunrise I've ever seen. You're about to make the entire city rise from the ashes.
それは当然さ。せっかく来たんだからね。
He clenches his fist and steps forward only to stagger. I reach out to steady him. Stop using your evil.
大丈夫。もう終わったから。
As the persistent flames finally fade from Raphael's palm, he stares at the darkened sky for a long time.
この雨、いつ止むんだろうね。
Maybe it'll stop soon? Since we've already decided to go up the mountain, let's not worry about whether it's sunny or rainy. I looked it up earlier. Today's sunrise is at 5:20 a.m., so we should get up at 4 a.m.
今もう2時だけど。
Damn. I would be like, I guess we're not seeing the sunrise. The sunrise doesn't care about how many hours you slept.
しょうがない。日の出がそう言うなら頑張って早起きしてあげよう。
Gosh, I swear, Rafayel and I were soulmates. Although he says that, in the end, he was the first one to wake up. Alright, spoiler. Right, my bad. Right, sorry. When I open my eyes, it's already 6 o'clock. The alarm we set was turned off at some point. Rafayel isn't in the room. I borrow an umbrella from the storage room and follow the mountain path. I find him sitting in the rain.
本当はこの雨がしばらく止まないことは分かっていたんだ。朝早く君を起こして雨を見ても意味がないでしょ。
I meet his gaze as he looks over. Without saying a word, I step forward and cover him with the umbrella. What do you mean? This might be the most beautiful scene in the city. I mean, MC, you're not wrong. Clouds linger in the humidity of the mountains and wilderness. The plants, thoroughly soaked with the last night's moisture, stretch their stems and leaves more freely.
じゃあ前にある雲の中を見てごらん。遮られて見えないだけで太陽はちゃんと昇っている。さあ朝日に挨拶しよう。
He waves enthusiastically in the direction of where the sunrise would be. Then he looks at the city below.
かつてここに住んでいた人たちは今何をしているんだろ
う。They probably already found new homes and rebuilt their lives. Or rather, the best proof of that is how they actually forgot about this place.
だとしても彼らもずっとここの日の出を待ち望んでいるんじゃないかな。
Rafayel touches the raindrops in his palm. He's lost in thought.
君たちハンターがいてこの町がワンダラーに乗っ取られなかったおかげで僕たちは今こうして日の出を迎えることができた。でも残念ながら今日はあいにくの天気だ。美しい日の出はこの先ここに来る人に託すしかないね。
I stare at the rain clouds and I can almost see the red sun behind them. Peaceful, it slowly climbs across the sky. Yeah, sunrises are really beautiful. Okay. He still wants to do one more thing before we leave. Are you thinking about how to pay? Rafayel spent the whole morning selecting several boxes of paint in the supermarket, but there's an issue now that he's at the checkout counter. I only brought my credit card, and it doesn't look like they accept that here.
大丈夫。いい解決策を思いついたから。
He finds some paper and a pen. Then he leaves Thomas's contact information. I was thinking how often Rafayel probably does this. Poor Thomas.
代金の請求はこの人までと。
I mean, the rich one is probably Rafayel, not Thomas, right? But then that means Thomas probably handles his financials? Maybe? His finances, I mean? Thomas must get a lot of strange phone calls on a regular basis.
買ったのにお金を払わないわけにはいかないでしょう。僕は人のものをタダでもらうなんてことはしないよ。
I mean, that is a very good attitude to have as a rich person, so good job. He places the note on one corner of the checkout counter and heads back to the guest house with the paint in his arms. Before noon, he grounds the last few flowers into paint. The crushed crystals gleam with a saturated red. Rafayel applies this color to the canvas, brushstroke after brushstroke, layer after layer. The vivid brushstrokes make it impossible to tell whether that dark red is the blood, flames, or the sunrise we never saw. Standing before the finished painting, I only feel calm. It's a deep, profound sense of tranquility.
この絵はオーナーのために残していこう。一晩お世話になったお礼として。
He places the painting in the counter by the floor-to-ceiling window, closes the handbook we leafed through together, and gently shuts the door.
さあ、帰ろう。
Just as we're about to drive out of the city, 2 deer poke their heads out from the mountain. Their big eyes blink as they watch our car. Deer! The deer! Rafayel, look! There must be a lot of animals on the mountain. I excitedly want to point them out to Rafayel, but I see he's already asleep in his seat. I observe his peaceful expression before shushing the passing deer. Shh, don't wake up my baby. The city must be coming back to life from its deathly silence. That's true. If you see the animals returning, that's a good sign that things are back to normal. Maybe one day it'll welcome old friends who haven't returned home in ages, and new visitors who are full of anticipation. I can't help but place a gentle kiss on Rafayel's cheek. Sure enough, the corners of his lips curve up slightly. The sneaky man. He's pretending to be asleep again. I'll let him enjoy this beautiful moment. The sky is clear now. Alright, so first I apologize again that the later half of the card ended up not being my initial reaction. I thought I double-checked already, but yeah, guess not. Shit happens, and I'm really sorry it did. Anyway, about the card. This was a really great card. I love how we are seeing a little bit about the world building of Love and Deepspace, and like I mentioned before, it's interesting finding out about the abandoned cities and then realizing that maybe 14 plus years isn't exactly enough to suddenly have a giant growth spurt in technology to help these people live amongst, you know, the crisis that is wanderer attacks. I am reminded again how it's still in development. They're not exactly that fully prepared against wanderers. And yeah, the wound is still fresh. I don't know why. But I guess that is also part of the storyline, how the rapid growth of protocore technology, metaflux energy, all that, using that to defend themselves against wanderers. Like, the fast pace that they are going ahead could also lead to their destruction. Like, I'm reminded of that again, which is cool. Now, for this card, as a Rafayel card, I feel like it was kind of like a grim reminder for Rafayel. We were just going through how bright and hopeful he's become in the past few cards, but this promise feels like it's setting up for Rafayel's main story. I mean, I've said that in other cards, but like there's a build-up going on here, like they're setting down the foundations. Like just how it was in his past card in Ignited Echoes, he was being reminded of his responsibilities as, you know, their sea god. By visiting this ghost city, seeing what was left behind, and then the thought of the people who yearn to go back to their home, it kind of felt like alarm bells for Rafayel. It's like trying to pull him back into his reality, the reality of his responsibilities. And it's interesting to see because in the past story, you know that a lot of stuff Rafayel does is some sort of a setup. Like he has some ulterior motives. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. But in this card, their trip to Solaris was very spontaneous. In fact, it was a spontaneous trip with his lover, where they can happily watch the sunset together. And what happens? Bam! Remnants of destruction, the loss of a home, horrible hallucinations of your troubled past. I mean, wow, okay. The universe, please, can you give this guy a break or something? I don't know. He just wanted some quality time with his girl, jeez. It's kind of sad. It was very sad. But I do think the story is showing that it's like reminding us readers that Rafayel is still struggling with his happiness, just like what MC said. And I was so happy that she realized this because the first time I read it, I was like, yes! It was good to see MC acknowledging and recognizing it, how Rafayel is used to this kind of pain. And again, I feel like I always talk about this card. We are being taken back to Intertidal Zone. Rafayel is so used to this pain, almost to the point that it is a form of self-punishment, as I mentioned before. And of course, pain this deep would etch itself in Raphael's heart, very deeply into Raphael's heart, to the point that it's sort of become his identity. He's been living with the memories of his past, but it's like an ache that you've lived with for so long. But then imagine how real the illusions must have felt. Like that lying pain must have just woken up and came in full force. And thinking about it is very scary. Now, when I first read the story, I initially thought about how he burned the flowers because of how he saw MC fainted. Like, I thought he did it for her and decided to take care of the flowers while she slept. But then I realized, as I kept reading, that he himself is also not immune to the hallucinations, and that he must have relived some of the most painful memories of his life. And it's sad because we've seen a kind of like a lot of progress with him. Like, we've witnessed him changing from all of this in the past few cards. But does that really mean he's completely healed? No. And I don't think any of us actually thought he was. But then it's just like we're reminded, you know? And it felt like this card was that kind of reminder that Raphael is still struggling. But thankfully, not as silently as he used to. He is fully answering MC's questions. Maybe not fully, but at least enough to keep MC less worried. And he's not hiding. Well, I mean, he's trying not to hide, you know, like how he went to that mountain trail alone. And I do believe, like personally, I felt like this was a way for him to take in the sight of an abandoned home, to remember it alongside his own lost home. Yeah, when MC came, he didn't lie. He doesn't push her away. He accepts her presence. And I think that is already a huge improvement, like a huge development for Raphael. One thing that I thought was interesting was how he was using those flowers to paint. Similar to how he used the hallucinogenic, is that the right word? That, you know, the corals in his paints to sort of drive his targets mad. I do wonder though, like when I read that part, I started wondering if initially Raphael never intended to burn the flowers, you know? I wondered, like, what if he found beauty in something so deadly, you know? Similar to those blood red corals, like, I wonder if he actually intended to just leave them alone and then they would carry on. But in the end, decided to burn it all because of the nightmares it gave him. I mean, I can imagine how the pain from those memories would have wiped up all the warmth and the beauty that he saw with his own eyes in those flowers. And maybe the pain was intense enough to sort of make him, you know, go numb and cold, like how they described it in the story. And because of that, he ended up burning it all. And then I start thinking if maybe watching it burn brought him some worth, because on the bright side, this could be the sunset to replace the actual one they could have, but were not able to see. I don't know. This is just my own thoughts, like some sort of symbolic, you know, representation of how Raphael felt about the whole thing. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, overall, this was a really, really good card. It's kind of cool because I find that recently his limited 4-star cards, they're so lore heavy. Okay, maybe not lore heavy, but they do a lot of in-depth reflection on Raphael's progression as a character. You see it a lot more in these 4-star cards for some reason. Overall, Raphael girlies, if you got the 4-star limited cards, wow, we are fed. All I can say is we are being fed. But yeah, fortunately, that brings me to the end of this video. And if you did enjoy the video, do like and subscribe if you feel like it. And I really hope you do. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.